Welcome, dear learners. Today I will be discussing about the biocentrism, anthropocentrism, and ecocentrism. Let's get started. Environmental ethics helps us to understand how humans should relate to the natural world. It asks deep moral questions. Do we protect nature for our own sake, for the sake of all living organisms, or for the health of entire planet? Three main perspectives guide this discussion. Anthropocentrism places humans at the center, viewing nature mainly in terms of its usefulness to the people, while as biocentrism values all living organisms equally, emphasizing respect for life. Ecocentrism goes further, focusing on the well-being of entire ecosystem. Together, these waves shape how we make decisions about conservation, sustainability, and our shared environmental future. Anthropocentrism is human-centered way of thinking about the environment. It places people at the top of moral and natural hierarchy, viewing humans as the most significant beings on earth. According to this belief, nature and its resources exist mainly to serve human needs, whether for food, shelter, comfort, or progress. In this view, the environment is valuable because of what it offers to humanity, not for its own sake. Protection of nature is encouraged only when it benefits people, such as improving health, supporting the economy, or making surrounding more pleasant. It is a practical but often self-centered outlook. Anthropocentrism has deep roots in Western thought and religion. Philosophers like Aristotle viewed humans as highest form of life, and religious teachings often spoke of humanity's dominion over nature. This mindset grew stronger during the Industrial Revolution when science and technology encouraged the belief that humans could control and reshape the environment. In practice, this led to large-scale resource extraction, rapid industrialization, and policies focused on human progress above all else. However, critics argue that such as human-centered approach has fueled environmental destruction, ignored the intrinsic worth of other species, and promoting unsustainable consumption that endangers the planet. Biocentrism is life-centered philosophy that recognizes the intrinsic value of all living beings. It teaches that humans are not superior but rather one species among countless others sharing the planet. Every form of life, whether animal, plant, or microorganisms, has its own right to exist and thrive. Biocentrism urges us to make ethical choices that respect and support the entire living community, not just human interests. This perspective shifts our focus from domination to coexistence, encouraging compassion, balance, and responsibility towards all life forms that sustain the web of nature and maintain ecological harmony. Biocentrism has been shaped by several key thinkers who emphasized the moral worth of all living beings. Albert Schweitzer introduced the idea of reverence for life, urging respect for every form of existence. Paul Taylor, in Respect for Nature in 1986, developed a philosophical foundation for treating all organisms as a moral equals. Ernie Naes, through the deep ecology movement, expanded this idea to challenge human dominance over nature. Biocentrism ethics inspire actions like vegetarianism, wildlife protection, and animal rights advocacy. However, critics argue it is difficult to apply in practice, often overlooks non-living environmental factors, and sometimes idealizes nature without addressing real ecological complexity. Ecocentrism is an earth-centered philosophy that values the entire ecological system, not just living organisms, but also soil, water, air, and the complex web that connects them. It recognizes that every element of nature plays a vital role in sustaining life and the health of whole system matters more than individual parts. The core idea is that ecosystems have intrinsic value, deserving respect and protection for their own sake. Ethical actions, therefore, should aim to preserve the integrity, stability, and beauty of the natural world, ensuring that human activities support rather than disrupt the balance of life on Earth. Ecocentrism builds a powerful idea from ecological philosophy and ethics. It draws inspiration from Aldo Laplode's Land Ethic in 1949, which taught that actions are right when they preserve the integrity, stability, and beauty of the natural community. Thinkers like James Lovelock, through the Gaia hypothesis, the deep ecology movement further strengthens this earth-centered view. Ecocentrism promotes approaches such as ecosystem-based management, restoration ecology, and rebuilding the focus on health of entire system. However, it faces criticism for sometimes clashing with the human development needs and the challenges for defining or enforcing the right of ecosystem in policy and law. When we compare anthropocentrism, biocentrism, and ecocentrism, we see three distinct ways of understanding humanity's relationship with nature. Anthropocentrism places humans at center, valuing the nature mainly for its usefulness and shapes policy that prioritize human needs such as resource extraction for development. Biocentrism broadens the moral circle to include all living beings, emphasizing equality and compassion through measures like animal protection laws. Ecocentrism, the most holistic view, values the entire ecosystem, living and non-living alike, and promotes actions that maintain ecological integrity such as ecosystem restoration and conservation. Together, these perspectives reveal how ethics influence environmental choices and sustainability priorities. In environmental management, anthropocentric thinking still dominates most global policies, as seen in concepts like sustainable development and green economy, which primarily aim to balance growth with human well-being. However, for the true ecological sustainability, biocentrism and ecocentrism ethics are crucial. They remind us to value all living forms and protect the integrity and the integrity of entire ecosystem. These perspectives promote biodiversity conservation, climate resilience, and deeper respect for nature's limit. In practice, effective environmental governance requires a balanced integration of all three waves, combining human progress with ethical responsibility towards other species and planet as whole. To wrap up with, anthropocentrism, biocentrism and ecocentrism offers a distinct ethical perspective on how humans relate to the natural world. While anthropocentrism centers on human interests, biocentrism values all living beings and ecocentrism embraces the health of entire ecosystem. Understanding these viewpoints help us to rethink our role as part of not separate from the ecosystem. To ensure a sustainable future, humanity must shift from exploiting the environment for short-term gains towards ecocentric stewardship, a mindset that nurtures balance, respect, coexistence between human progress and planet's well-being. This transition is key to achieving true environmental harmony and resilience. Thank you for watching.